All right. It's official. 100 days till Christmas. And if you want the countdown, you can go to yourchristmascountdown.com and you can keep updated as we move through the 100 days till Christmas. And as we move into, of course, we're going to be looking at Black Friday coming up. And then, of course, after Christmas is Super Bowl Sunday. And so this is a great time to purchase technology. This is when most of the TVs and the computers and technology will be sold for the next for the whole year. So exciting times. You didn't think about that, did you? 100 days till Christmas starting today. So be sure and get your notepads out and start thinking about Christmas presents. Hewie, did you get that? I didn't. I hope you got that. You remember my Christmas present this year.
Yeah, and a year from now is 365 days.
It is indeed. And the other big news today is, of course, the FDA approved today AirPods being able to be used for hearing aids. And those of you who listened to what show, Hewie, was it that we ran that we talked about hearing aids and the Apple AirPods? What show was that last?
Was that Tech for Senior Live by chance?
It was. Guess where you would find all the current news and technology that we talk about each Thursday, and that, of course, is Tech for Senior Live. And we're going to be talking about more about Apple's AirPods and the FDA approval that occurred this morning for them to be used as hearing aids. Also, you'll all find out about Samsung's new rollable phone, not fold, not trifold, rollable phone. All this coming up this Thursday on Tech for Senior Live. If you haven't come and listened to us, it's a lot of fun. The other thing is, I just thought I would, those of you who watch our newsletter and have our newsletter delivered, and if you haven't, you should, and you can go to techforsenior.com and just subscribe. Of course, we have our quiz we do each week. And I wanted just to, Hewie, I'm going to give you I know that you do the quiz, so I want to give you one of the questions of the quiz today and see if you got it. All right. So this was based on my the AI TV talk I did last week. So I'm going to give you the question. So which is a false statement about AI TV? So I'm going to give you 4 and you choose the false statement. Their picture quality is so good because they run Windows 11. The picture quality is so good because of AI algorithms. AI improves picture quality with HDR and upscaling, and AI enhances motion and sound quality, so improves the picture. So which one of those statements is false?
Oh, the Windows 11 one.
Exactly. So you got it. See?
Yeah, but I missed one of them. I can't remember which one it was, but I did miss one.
That is the false statement, though. That is the false statement.
Yeah, but that one I got correct, but one of them I did get wrong.
Did you really? Okay. So if you haven't signed up for our newsletter on Thursday, or sorry, on Saturday, while it comes out Saturday and Tuesday, you should do that. We have a lot of fun. And this Tuesday, Bill will be giving us a new gadget, right, Bill? And he'll be having a new gadget. So make sure you sign up if you don't get it. We also communicate a lot of the things that we do as we go through our busy schedule. And we're just close to 1 million views on our YouTube channel. So
I saw that.
A lot of really, so it's the channel's on fire and really growing rapidly. So a lot of interest there. So anyway, that's great. Now let's see. I think that's about all I wanted to say. Chris and Jim, of course, are off diving in Cuba, so they did provide a video today. We'll be talking about that. Today, Bob's going to talk about his Tech Talk and beyond. I'm doing the basics of Google Lens. This is another instructional thing that you can have a look at that we talked about earlier. Chris is going to talk about printing with Google Photos. Huey's got a great presentation today on QR code safety. And then Bob's going to show us how to make a slideshow presentation with AI. And of course, Ray has one of my favorite music selections today. So thank you, Ray, for doing that. So it is going to be a great show. I do want to say that the Google Lens idea came from a viewer, and our viewer asked me and said, could you do something on Google Lens? So you ask, we provide. So if you, just to remember everybody that's listening today, if you have an idea and you want to learn something that is interesting, just fire it along to any of us on the show, and we'll get it done for you, and we'll produce a video, as long as it has general interests that most people would find, I think, interesting. So let's get on with the show. Bob, do you want to take it ahead? Let's get moving.
Here is my Tech Talk and Beyond for the week ending September 13th, 2024. And this week's topic is Tech Myths Debunked. What's true and what's hype? Ever heard the one about your phone exploding if you leave it charging overnight? Or that more megapixels automatically mean better photos? Well, get ready, because today we're busting some of the biggest tech myths out there. We'll separate fact from fiction, sprinkle in a little humor, and by the end, you'll be a savvy tech myth buster. Let's start with a classic. More megapixels equals better photos. We've all seen the marketing, right? 48 megapixels, 108 megapixels. Sounds impressive. But here's the thing. Megapixels are just one part of the picture. Pun intended. Quality of a photo depends on many factors, like the size of the sensor, the lens, and the software processing. So unless you're planning to print a billboard, that 48 megapixel camera might not make as big a difference as you think. It's the quality of the pixels, not just the number, that matters. So don't fall for the hype. Next up, and I'm sure you've heard this one, you need to close apps to save battery life. Sounds logical, right? Fewer apps running means less battery drain. But in reality, most modern smartphones are pretty smart when it comes to managing resources. When an app is in the background, it's basically put into a low power state. So closing it actually uses more energy when you reopen it. Who would have thought, right? So save yourself the hassle. Just let your phone do its thing. Here's one for all the Wi-Fi warriors. Public Wi-Fi is totally safe if you don't log into anything important. Well, I hate to break it to you, but public Wi-Fi is like the Wild West of the internet. Even if you're just browsing memes, someone could still intercept your data. Ever heard of a man-in-the-middle attack? It's when someone sneaks between you and the Wi-Fi network, potentially grabbing your info as it flies by. So unless you're using a VPN to encrypt your connection, be cautious. It's not just your email password at risk. It could be anything you're doing online. Okay, this one's been around since the dawn of smartphones. Charging your phone overnight will damage the battery. Here's the truth. Modern smartphones are smart. They're designed to stop charging when the battery is full, so you're not frying your phone while you're asleep. Sure, long-term heat can affect battery life, but leaving it plugged in overnight every now and then, not going to kill your battery. So sleep tight, your phone's got this. Now let's talk about antivirus software. Some folks will tell you you don't need antivirus on a Mac. Let me clear this one up. While it's true that Macs are less targeted than Windows PCs, they're not invincible. Macs can still get malware, especially with phishing attacks or malicious downloads. So yes, a Mac is a bit like Superman, but even Superman has his kryptonite. An antivirus or a good security program is still a smart move. Ever been told this gem? Incognito mode makes you invisible online. Yeah, about that. Incognito mode is great for keeping your browsing history private on your device, but it doesn't hide you from your internet provider, websites, or any hacker that might be lurking around. It's not a cloak of invisibility. It's more like clearing the crumbs off the table after you eat, but the chef still knows you were there. Last but not least, the myth to end all myths. More expensive is better. This one's tricky because sometimes, yes, you get what you pay for. But when it comes to tech, a higher price tag doesn't always mean you're getting better performance. Fancy branding and sleek design can sometimes inflate the cost without adding much to the actual functionality. So do your research before you buy, and don't let a shiny ad fool you into thinking the priciest gadget is always the best. Sometimes reconditioned can save you a lot of money without sacrificing quality or performance. It just means someone else had a problem. Bonus myth. If it's on the internet, it must be true. We've all been there, scrolling through a post or video that sounds legit, only to find out it's completely bogus. Always check your sources, folks. Not everything you read online is gospel, except this video, of course. You'll find the video of today's Tech Talk at the link listed. Did you know there are more life forms living on your skin than there are people on Earth? Due to their unique body structure, including their muscular tails and large hind legs, kangaroos are unable to walk backwards. Your fingers and toes wrinkle up in water isn't caused by a direct reaction between the water and your skin, but by an automatic nervous system reaction. People with nerve damage in their fingers and toes won't get wrinkly skin no matter how long they spend in the tub. Just thought you might like to know. Success has brought me world idolization and millions of pounds, but it's prevented me from having the one thing we all need, a loving, ongoing relationship, thanks to Freddie Mercury. I personally have put on quite a few pounds. I've never had much money, but Alice and I are close to celebrating our 64th anniversary. And that's a wrap for this week's Tech Talk and Beyond, your weekly guide to savvy living. Stay safe, stay secure, and I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye, and thanks for reading, watching, and listening.
Thanks, Bob. That's good information. What do you mean everything on the internet isn't true? Come on now. Anyway,
Reading and keep believing. You might just wind up with a surprise.
All right. I wanted just to mention, I forgot to talk about our premiere version today. Of course, I put the link in the chat for you. Today, we're going to talk about 3 items. Chris is going to talk about organizing your Google Photos. I'm going to talk, or Bob's going to talk about your digital identity and what that is. And then I'm going to talk about your health and smartwatches. And this was a video I did about a year ago. I think it's the last one I did, so it's pretty up to date. So if you're interested in your health and how you can manage it better with the smartwatch, that's a good one. So that will be at 1/2 on our YouTube channel, and the link is in the chat. And for those of you, of course, who have signed up for our newsletter, will have got it in the Saturday newsletter. All right, today, based on a viewer who asked last week, could you do something on Google Lens? Here's my talk on Google Lens. Let's have a look here. Welcome everyone. Today we're diving into the interesting world of Google Lens. If you've ever wondered how to make the most out of this powerful tool, you're in the right place. Google Lens is an image recognition technology designed to bring you the power of search to your camera. Whether you're looking to identify plants, translate text, or find products online, Google Lens has got you covered. In this video, we'll walk you through everything you need to know to become a Google Lens Pro. So let's get started. First things first, let's get Google Lens installed on your device. If you're using an Android phone, Google Lens is probably pre-installed. However, if it's not, you can easily download it from the Play Store. For iPhone users, you'll need to download the Google app from the App Store, which includes Google Lens. Once installed, open the app and grant the necessary permissions for camera and storage access. This will ensure that Google Lens can function properly. Now that we've installed it, let's move on and I'll show you how to use it. Now that you have Google Lens installed, let's take a look at the interface. When you open Google Lens, you'll see a live camera view with several icons at the bottom. These icons represent different modes like translate, search, text, shopping, and dining. Each mode is designed to help you with specific tasks. For example, the translate mode can translate text in real time, while shopping mode can help you find products online. Familiarizing yourself with these modes will make your Google experience much smoother. One of the most popular features of Google Lens is the ability to translate text. To use this feature, simply open the app and select the translate mode. Point your camera at the text you want to translate, and Google Lens will automatically detect the language and provide translation in real time. Isn't that great for traveling? This is incredibly useful for travelers and anyone dealing with foreign languages. You can even copy the translated text to your clipboard for easy sharing. It's like having a personal translator in your pocket. Google Lens is also fantastic for identifying objects and landmarks. Whether you're curious about a specific plant, animal, or historical monument, Google Lens can provide you with detailed information. Simply open the app, point your camera at the object or landmark, and let Google Lens do the rest. It will search the web and display relevant information right on your screen. This feature is perfect for nature enthusiasts, students, or travelers alike. The world is full of wonders, and Google Lens will help you to explore them. Have you ever seen a product you love but don't know where to buy it? Google Lens has you covered. With the shopping mode, you can just point your camera at any product and Google Lens will search for it online. It will show you where you can buy it, along with price comparisons and reviews. This feature is incredibly convenient for finding the best deals and making informed purchase decisions. Whether it's a piece of clothing, a gadget, or even a piece of furniture, Google Lens makes shopping a breeze. Another handy feature of Google Lens is the ability to copy and share text. If you come across a piece of text that you want to save or share, simply open Google Lens, select text mode, point your camera to the text, and Google Lens will recognize it. You can then copy the text to your clipboard and paste the app into any document. This is especially useful for students, professionals, and anyone who needs to quickly capture and share information. Say goodbye to manual typing. Google Lens can even help you decide where to eat. With the dining mode, you can point your camera at a restaurant menu and Google Lens will provide you with dish recommendations, reviews, and even photos. This feature is perfect for foodies who want to make informed dining choices. You can also use it to scan QR codes for quick access to restaurant website or online menus. Whether you're in a new city or just exploring options, Google Lens makes dining decisions easier and more enjoyable. Google Lens is also a powerful tool for scanning QR codes and barcodes. Simply open the app and point your camera at the code, and Google Lens will instantly recognize it. For QR codes, it will provide you with a link to associated website or app. For barcodes, it will show you product information and where you can buy it. This feature is incredibly useful for quickly accessing information and making smart shopping decisions. No more fumbling with separate QR code or barcode scanner apps. It's all done through Google Lens. Students, this one's for you. Google can be a lifesaver when it comes to homework. With the homework mode, you can point your camera at a math problem, and Google Lens will provide you with a solution and a step-by-step explanation. This feature supports a wide range of subjects, including math, science, history, and more. It's like having a tutor 24/7. So the next time you're stuck on a tricky problem, give Google Lens a try and see how you can help ace your assignments. Art lovers rejoice. Google Lens can enhance the museum and gallery visits. When you point your camera at a piece of art, Google Lens will provide you with information about the artist, the artwork, and the history. This feature is perfect for anyone who wants to deepen their understanding of art and culture. You can use it to explore public art installations and street art in your city. With Google Lens, every piece of art becomes an opportunity to learn and appreciate more. Google Lens can also help you organize your photos. If you have a large photo library, finding specific images can be a challenge. With Google Lens, you can search your photos by keywords, objects, or even text with images. This makes it easy to locate one photo from your vacation or a picture of a document you need. Simply open Google Photos, select the lens icon, and start searching. It's a powerful way to keep your photo collection organized and accessible. For travelers, Google Lens is your new very best friend. From translating signs and menus to identifying landmarks and finding local attractions, Google Lens can enhance every aspect of your travel experience. You can even use it to scan boarding passes and get real-time flight information. This makes navigating new places easier and more enjoyable. Whether you're exploring a new city or traveling abroad, Google Lens provides you with the tools you need to make the most out of your journey. While Google Lens offers many powerful features, it's important to be mindful of privacy and security. Always be mindful of what you're scanning and sharing. Google Lens processes image in real time, but some data may be sent to Google servers for analysis. Make sure to review the app's privacy settings and adjust them according to your comfort level. It's also a good idea to avoid scanning sensitive documentation like personal documents or credit cards. By taking these precautions, you can enjoy the benefits of Google Lens while keeping data secure. Well, there you have it, a comprehensive guide to Google Lens. We've covered everything from downloading the app to exploring its many features. Remember, the key to Google Lens is practice. The more you use it, the more comfortable you become with its capabilities. Thank you for joining us today, and happy exploring with Google Lens. If you just found this video helpful, please be sure to... All right, where's Ray? Ray, is he not here? Maybe stepped out.
Ray is here.
Did you like my? Did you get the image of the ruins there? Did you get that one?
I didn't.
That was the ruins at Casa Grande.
Casa Grande. Okay.
Yeah, I thought that would be. Is
that the one in Colorado?
No, Casa Grande, just south of Phoenix.
Ah, that one I've not been to. Okay, that's why I didn't recognize it.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Messerbury is the one I'm thinking of in Colorado.
Yeah,
okay.
No, this is the ruins just at Casa Grande, just south of Phoenix, and you'd never guess it if you hadn't been there. You'd never would have saw it, but Google Lens got it. So
now I know where you mean. I passed it many times on the way to Tucson.
Yeah. Stop in there. It's cool. It's really interesting. All right, let's get on with the show. Let's get on to Chris's segment. Let's see if I can get the right one teed up here. This should be right. This should be the right
one. Hi, I'm Chris Guld with Geeks on Tour, and this is Fun with Photos. Today we're going to talk about printing photos from Google Photos. No, I'm not talking about sending them to your own printer. Google Photos does not have a facility for that. Now, if you really want to, there is a way. If you watch episode 19 of this Fun with Photos, it shows you how to get photos from Google Photos over to Google Slides, and then you can use Google Slides print facility to print to your own printer. What I'm talking about today is getting professionally printed photos, just individual photos, or photo books. I love my photo books. Or canvas prints to hang on the wall. And they come all prepared. Notice a couple of things. Notice that the picture wraps around the side. That's a choice. And it's already fully mounted with a wire ready to hang on the wall. You can do it on the computer or on the phones. The computer is easier. That's where I'm going to start. Right along the left-hand sidebar, you will see Print Store. That's where you go. Print Store. Print the moments that matter. All products. You can get photo books, photo prints, canvas prints, or premium print series. I'll tell you about that in a minute. Notice they've already put books together for you. Start from a photo book made for you. Well, okay, best of summer 2024? I think that sounds good. So I will click on that. If it has a selection for you, check it out. Best of summer 2024. And here it all is. You can delete or add. If I don't want this picture in there, I just click on the X. If I don't want this picture in there, I click on the X. I only need one picture of that rainbow, but I want it to fill as much of the page as possible. That's what these options over at the left are for. I like that. I don't like that one. Now this one needs a caption. I can just click here where it says caption and I say check mark, and that caption will be printed. Now let's say that you want to add a picture that's not in here. Well, you have to add a page first, put the picture on, and that's this plus up here at the top. Add a page, add a photo page. And I want to get an old photo that's a memory, to put a summer memory from many years ago. So I will scroll down back to 2004. So I want to add this picture of our first summer living in an RV. I click on it and done. And now sometime you might pick a picture that is not high resolution enough, and you will see a little orange exclamation point. Now, if you see that, it means that it's not high resolution enough to print at that size. So you have a couple of choices. You can change the size, make it go a little bit smaller by adding other pictures to the page. That is called a collage. So I add another one, and now since it's printing it smaller, the resolution would probably be enough. The exclamation point would go away. But also, I've printed some that had the exclamation point and they came out okay. I mean, I didn't expect them to be perfect, so don't fret if you get that exclamation point. So here is one with a collage, and you can change the location of the pictures in a collage. Several choices over here at the right. When you have your book with all the photos that you want, all the captions that you want, you just click next. and you have a choice between soft cover and hard cover, and that's it. There's no choice in the size. You have to have a minimum of 20 pages, and then you are charged 49 cents for each page over that. So this will cost me $41.45 to get a soft cover photo book, and I love it. That is photo book from the computer. Now there's one extra thing that you can do on an Android. Everything I just did can be done on the computer or on Android or on the iPhone. But if you have an Android, you can also automatically add captions if you have put descriptions. So let me show you that. First off, I already have an album that I want to turn into a photo book. So I go to Collections and Albums. Make sure I'm only looking at my albums, and I want to find the March album because I know that every single one of these photos has a caption on it. So I open the album, and then right at the top of the album, there is Order Photos. And I can order a photo book, photo prints, or canvas prints. I want the book. And notice here, when I just tap on a page and tap where a caption should be, it pops up with the description that is added on that photo. I can done. So I can add a caption to every photo. I love that. I just tap there and tap done, and then done again. Open the photo, tap where a caption should be, it shows up, tap done, and done. And now, same thing. I'm done editing, I tap next, choose whether I want soft cover or hard cover, select, give it a credit card and an address, and you get your photo book. Next is photo prints. Once again, I'm talking about professionally printed photo prints. And on the computer, after you've clicked Print Store, Photo Prints is the second option from 18 cents. You can make them 4x6 up to 2030. And what happens is when you order them, I'm going to pick an album again and say I want prints of all the photos in that album. I click Next, Ship my order, or Store Pickup. So Store Pickup, you'd have to click on the details and see if there is a store near you, a CVS or a Walgreens, and you can go and pick them up same day. That's pretty cool. So what is this premium print series? That is asking Google to every month send you a selection of your photos printed. I tried this once just to see how it worked. It was kind of fun. I chose the selection of making them like postcards. So they're nice and sturdy, and they had the address line printed on them. And I would send them out as postcards. That's kind of cool. So that is a monthly subscription at, what, $7 a month. And then lastly is the canvas wall prints. We have these all over our house. Let me show you where they are. Under Print Store, Canvas Prints. Once again, it has some suggestions. Oh, I think this one of me and my good friend would be nice. Now, it shows you an approximation of how the photo is going to fit on the size you select. You can choose 8x8, 8x10, 11x14, any of these. I like that one. I'm going to go all the way to 1620. Next. Now you have that choice of what to put on the edges. If you choose to put the photo on the edges, then realize it has to stretch it, or part of the photo needs to go around the edge, and it might not have enough. There's that red exclamation mark I was talking about that says, this really isn't high resolution enough. But still, I want to see what that looks like. You click on 3D Preview, and now it shows you the edges and what they will look like if you let it wrap the photo around the edges. Or you can change your mind and say, no, I want black on the edge. I want the whole photo in front and black on the edge, and you can 3D preview that. You're done, you check out, you pay your money, $50 for a 16 by 20 ready to hang on the wall. That's not bad. And that is printing with Google Photos.
So there you have it. Now, for those of you who are stressed out about 100 days to Christmas, I'm going to tell you that those make great Christmas presents, either the books, the pictures, or the canvas. The other thing Chris did not mention, which is important for you to understand, is when you order it, you can send the item directly to the person that you want to give it. So if you don't have, it doesn't have to come back to you and you have to mail it and put it in and da-da-da-da. It'll actually send it to the recipient that you want, which is another added feature. So I use this all the time, makes great gifts. And even if you go and you stay with some people for 3 or 4 days and you want to buy them something nice, instead of instead of flowers or a bottle of booze that gets drunk, you want to leave them something, you can send them a photo book. We do that all the time. And it's a great service. And I would really encourage you to use that. Hewie, QR code safety.
The ultimate guide to QR code safety in a digital world. I'm Hewie Poplock. QR codes are now a common sight in our everyday lives. While convenient, they also pose potential risks. This presentation explores QR code safety across various contexts and demographics, providing practical tips to stay secure. Protecting children from QR scams. Open communication. Maintain an ongoing dialogue with children about safety online. Encourage them to ask questions about unfamiliar QR codes. Supervised scanning. Establish rules for QR code usage. Require parental approval before scanning codes from unknown sources. And safe browsing habits. Teach children to recognize red flags in QR code destinations. Install parental controls on devices to block malicious sites. QR safety for travelers. Before the trip, install a reputable QR scanner app with built-in security features. During travel, be wary of QR codes in public spaces. After scanning, verify the legitimacy of the website before taking any action. Report suspicious QR codes to local authorities. QR code safety for seniors. Seek assistance. Don't hesitate to ask family or friends to help with unfamiliar QR codes. Consider joining local tech literacy classes for seniors, or consider joining your local technology user group. Verify sources. Only scan QR codes from trusted organizations. Be cautious of codes received via email or text messages. Regular updates. Keep devices and apps up to date to protect against vulnerabilities. Enable automatic updates whenever possible. Accessible QR code scanning. Screen readers. Use QR scanning apps compatible with screen reading software. Ensure proper contrast for QR code visibility. Voice commands. Utilize apps with voice-activated scanning features. Practice voice commands for efficient navigation. And physical placement. Advocate for QR codes to be placed at accessible heights. Considerable portable QR code holders for easier scanning. QR codes and privacy. Data collection. Make sure the QR codes can track location, device info, and scanning patterns. User consent. Many users are unaware of data collected through QR scans. Data protection. Use VPNs and privacy-focused browsers when scanning QR codes. And opt-out options. Look for ways to limit data sharing in QR scanner app settings. Cybersecurity and QR codes. Use antivirus software that scans QR code destinations. Stay informed about the latest QR-based cyber threats. Avoid scanning QR codes on public Wi-Fi. Use secure private network when possible. And enable MFA or multi-factor authentication on accounts that may be accessed via QR codes. This adds an extra layer of security. The future of QR code safety. Future QR codes may use advanced encryption techniques. This will make them more resistant to tampering and fraud. QR codes could integrate with biometric data for secure access. This adds an extra layer of personalized security. Artificial intelligence may help detect malicious QR codes. It could analyze patterns and predict potential threats in real time. Places to find QR codes. Restaurant menus. QR codes on tables or menus for digital ordering. Event tickets. QR codes on concert or event tickets for entry. Public transport. QR codes on bus stops or train stations for schedules, or on the tickets themselves. Retail stores. QR codes on product tags for more information. Business cards. QR codes on business cards for contact details or other information. Tourist attractions. QR codes at museums or landmarks for audio guides. Advertisements. QR codes on posters or billboards for promotions. Packaging. QR codes on product packaging for instructions or recipes. Healthcare. QR codes in hospitals for patient information or check-ins. QR codes in education, language learning flashcards. Language learning flashcards with QR codes. Each card displays a word or phrase in a foreign language, its English translation, and a QR code. Students can scan the QR code, hear the correct pronunciation of the word or phrase, enhancing their language learning experience. Interactive math worksheet with QR codes. Teachers can create worksheets with QR codes that link to additional resources, explanations, or video tutorials of each problem. Library book information. Library books with QR codes on their spines, which students can scan to access additional information about each book. QR codes from a camera. Using the phone's camera, look for the URL that the QR code will send you. Here is one from my camera, and you'll see that it shows up as the link. If you are very careful, you need to click on the little up arrow. If you're not careful, it automatically will take you to that website. So you want to be very careful or not use that camera. But if you do hit that little up arrow, you'll get this added information. But if you hit the link in that added information, it again will take you to that particular website. But you can copy it and then go check and see if that's a good link. Using a QR reader, if you use an app on your phone, this happens to be one called QR Reader. When I scan it using my phone, it will bring up a page that will list the link and give me the ability to copy or share it or make some notes, but it doesn't take me right to that particular website. QR safety, how to check if your QR code is safe. to go to. While QR codes are generally safe, it's essential to exercise caution to protect yourself from potential scams or malware. Here's how to check if a QR code is safe before scanning. Verify the source, check the URL, avoid suspicious prompts, use QR code scanner app, common sense and caution. Remember, even with these precautions, it's always a good idea to be vigilant and aware of potential scams. If you suspect a QR code is malicious, report it to the appropriate authorities or the organization associated with it. In conclusion, stay vigilant, educate others, and adapt to new technologies. The ultimate guide to QR code safety in a digital world. I'm Hewie Poplock.
Good information. Although I'm not sure if I phoned the local police department, they'd be happy about me reporting a malicious QR code. But anyway,
But if somebody's put a sticker on a parking meter,
yeah, that's a good point,
probably you might want to let the officials know.
and that's a big scam now too. You're right, and you know they have QR codes they stick on parking meters. Pay your fine here quickly or something, and you go to scan that, and you know it's just all bogus, right?
Yeah, or they will take a QR code sticker and put it over a QR code.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Yeah, that's right. Interesting.
And that's what some of those pictures I showed were doing.
Those bad guys are pretty.
Yep.
Anyway,
Yep, as Bob has told us for years.
all right. Thanks, Huey. Good one. Bob, you're going to show us how the magic works.
AI, a deeper dive. This morning, I used ChatGPT. I created a new helper called Senior Advisor, and I put it to work to create a video called Healthcare Access and Affordability for Seniors, an in-depth dive. The video is created. It's up. It's ready for people to view. But I also wanted to use that same information in a slideshow. And I said, well, I'm using AI. Why can't I use AI to create that slideshow for me? I already have all the information. So I dug a little deeper, and this is what I came up with. I asked the Senior Advisor GPT that I created to turn this into a PowerPoint presentation. And I was told that currently it doesn't have the ability to directly create PowerPoint presentations, but it can help to organize the content for a PowerPoint. And it provided an outline of the slides for a PowerPoint presentation or a slide presentation. Because what I'm going to do is take the information it gave me and go to Google and use Google Slides to actually create that presentation. So let me switch over to Google Slides and let's go on from there. So I've now opened up Google Slides, and it's ready for me to add a new slide. This is an untitled presentation, so let's give it the same title as my video. Now let me swap back over to ChatGPT, and there is slide number 1. I will copy everything except your name or channel name, which is optional, but I'll copy that information that it set up to create the slide. Copy it, open up Gemini inside of Slides, paste it in there, hit the enter button, and there's my first slide with the information, with a heading, with an image. All I have to do is say insert. That takes care of slide number 1. Back over to ChatGPT. There's slide number 2. Copy it, back over to Slides, enter the next prompt. There's my next slide, nicely created, with images and everything else that I needed. just hit the insert. You now notice that we have 2 slides. So let's go back over to ChatGPT. There's slide number 3. Copy the information. Come back over here and enter it into the prompt. Hit the enter button. It's now busy creating that slide. You get the idea. All I'm going to be doing is going through slide by slide, get the information, insert. Actually, why don't we take a look and see what I've already created? So let's hit slideshow and see what is available. Let me make myself a little smaller and take myself out of the way. Now let's hit the slideshow. There's your first slide. There's your second slide. And the third slide. As I said, I will just continue with this, and once I get finished, I'll have a complete slideshow ready to use in a presentation. You can now see how easy it is. I used ChatGPT to help me create a video, and then I told it to please turn that information that I used for the video into a slideshow. Although it couldn't give me a complete slideshow, it did give me the information for each of the slides. And I then simply turned that right into Google's Slides and created a presentation. It's that simple. AI at work, helping you work smarter and faster. I hope this helps. Stay safe, stay secure. I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching and listening. And at the end, we can talk about turning that actually into a PowerPoint presentation, because that was the follow-up to this. And yes, you can do that.
Well, that's absolutely amazing. Having made a lot of slides in my life, that would take such a fraction of the time that it actually to create, and those are all, the images are all the same. I'm just thinking the fonts and everything. I'm thinking about all the things that you had to do to make those slides that good, and it's all done for me. That is crazy good.
Yep,
that's good. Is the version of Gemini that you? Well, we can talk about it after in the Q&A.
Yeah, let's talk about it at the end.
Okay, because I want to, yeah, okay, that's good. All right, before we get to Ray's section now, I just want to thank everyone over on YouTube for listening. If you want to pop over and come and listen to our Q&A, we've got room in the show for you. Otherwise, don't forget about our premiere event coming up at hour. Lots of good information there, and we'll see you at the same time next week. All right, Ray, take it away.
Okay, so far so good. Sergio Mendes, Bossa Nova. Who remembers the Bossa Nova music from Brazil? Sergio Mendes, the singer and composer who played a pivotal role in popularizing the Bossa Nova music of his native Brazil, passed away. The Look of Love singer died on September 5 in Los Angeles. He was 83. His wife and musical partner for the past 54 years was by his side, as were his children. It was mentioned that he had been grappling with the lingering effects of long-term COVID. Throughout his remarkable six-decade career, Mendes released over 35 albums. His final performances were held in 2023 for audiences in Paris, London, and Barcelona. Mendes was born in 1941 in Niterói, Brazil. In his youth, he studied classical music. However, his passion for jazz was ignited when he listened to Dave Brubeck record. He started his musical journey performing in trios and quartets before relocating to the United States with his group Brazil 66. Their Portuguese language single, Mas Cunada, catapulted them to success, complemented by the smooth hit, The Look of Love. Over the years, Mendez had also collaborated with an impressive array of artists, including Herb Alpert, Frank Sinatra, Quincy Jones, Burt Bacharach, and Stevie Wonder. Among his notable songs are Scarborough Fair, Night and Day, and Never Gonna Let You Go. Additionally, Mendez and John Legend earned a 2012 Oscar nomination for Best Original Song in Reelin' Rio, featured in the animated film Rio. I quote, "I've been very fortunate to have such experiences because that has enriched my life," unquote, Mendez told National Public Radio in 2020. "Working with different people from different countries, from different cultures, I think it just helps you grow and learn new things. I love that because you don't program that. It's about the magical encounter." Brazil's president commended Mendez for his remarkable career accomplishments, which feature an impressive 14 songs that have entered the U.S. Top 100, more than any other Brazilian artist, and the receipt of a Grammy for the album Brasileiro in 1992. With music, you don't always have to understand the language to enjoy it.
That's a great one.
Yep.
Really great. Thanks so much, Ray. Brought back a lot of memories.
That's my job.
For sure, for sure. Well done. And sad to see him go. Yes, indeed. All right. We are moving into our Q&A. Before we move into there, I want to just remind everybody, don't forget, we have our Thursday show coming up this week. Lots of interesting stuff to talk about, and our usual gang will be there. I look forward to that. And of course, at 1/2 we have our 3 selections coming up on which of course will be Chris will be talking about organizing your photos. Bob's going to talk about digital identity, and I'm going to talk about smartwatches and your health. A good one to it's a recent video I released, so you might find that very interesting. And again, great choices today, great presentations. Thanks, Carl, for your kind comments. We do appreciate the positive feedback. It always helps us keep going. And again, for 100 days till Christmas, and if you're getting stressed out about that, those are really good ideas Chris had for printing your prints. Although Murray came along and reminded me that, of course, in Canada, London Drugs has a similar service that you can get cups made, like coffee cups, pictures, computer mats for your mouse mats, lots of things that you can get and have your own pictures put on them, which make great Christmas presents. So I was getting I got a whole bunch of ideas as I was just sitting listening to the presentation. So that's all good. All right, so we'll open up now. If you have any questions about we had a lot of really great presentations today. Yes. Go ahead, Carl.
Yeah, I wanted to say Bob's presentation on the charting and adding photos for slide presentation. I'm guessing that you work with PowerPoint because it's not a public domain slideshow program, whereas Google is. Wouldn't do it automatically because the AI would have to subscribe to Microsoft, I guess.
However, you can create it in slides, and then when you do the save as, you save it as a PowerPoint, PPTX, which is exactly what I've done. So I have a PowerPoint presentation, even though AI told me you can't do that. And I then told AI how you can do it, and AI now in its instructions will tell you that if you needed to turn it into a PowerPoint, this is how you do it. So I was able to teach PowerPoint something. Teach AI something.
Is it a case, Bob, anybody viewing the PowerPoint would have to have PowerPoint app on their device? No?
No.
Okay. The other comment I had was if Ray could have put dubbed in the closed captions in English. AI should be able to do that, I would think.
But then you would have lost the magic of the song.
Yeah. Bob,
okay. Mystery has a lot going for it.
Yeah, that's right. Bob, the question is, the Gemini version that you used when you made the Google Slides, is that the free? Would that be a free version, or is that a paid feature?
I use the paid version of Gemini.
So to have it in Google Docs like that, do you need the paid version?
I am not sure.
Okay. I'm thinking that may be part of the workspace feature that they came out with this week. So that may be a free version. Steve, go ahead.
Yeah, the version of Google Lens that you were talking about, is it a separate app or is it part of Google Photos?
Both. Google Lens, both, and that's one of the slightly confusing things about it, is that it is incorporated in different ways, and it also depends on the device that you're using it on. So it depends if you're using a Pixel phone, how it works versus a Samsung phone, right? So when you download it on a Samsung phone, I would imagine it's loading it as in Google Photos and in your search. I'm just not sure because I don't have a Samsung, but that's all incorporated in the Pixel, and it works. It works a little differently. But we're going to be talking a lot about that because, Steve, there's a new feature coming out. What's it called? Is it Talk and Text? It's available on a very limited basis only in the United States, where you can actually ask within Google Photos using Google Lens, you can actually say, hey, pick all my pictures of Ron and Gail at a certain time, and you can do it all. Just
I think
ask
I did
it.
a video on that last week.
Yeah, but it's not available, but you must have it then, because it's very few people actually have it. Chris doesn't even have it yet. She was talking to me about that before she left, and she doesn't have the feature yet. So there's some cool stuff coming where you're going to be able to use AI to really, really analyze your Google Photos, which is pretty cool. Hewie,
what Bob showed makes it easy for any user group to have small discussions as part of their program when they can't find somebody to do a presentation. They can very easily put together a short presentation and then use it as a vehicle for discussion. I think it's an excellent way to explain how something is done and then to put it into a discussion for a group. So by all means, that's something that if you didn't remember everything, go back and watch that part of the video or watch it on Bob's channel and try it.
Absolutely. That's really slick. I mean, to do what Bob did, I can tell you, having made thousands of slides, and I can remember 10 years ago spending hours making fonts and making sure everything lined up. You probably did the same, Hewie. It took us forever to do that, and it's just automatically done as a snap. Amazing. Jim, go ahead.
I have a Google question. When I've been logging into Google, I don't always get the Google menu, those 9 dots that bring up the other things that Google provides. And I don't know why they don't show up automatically every time I sign in. I do belong.
Are you signing in on? Yeah. Are you signing on a PC, or what are you signing in on, Jim?
A Windows 11 PC.
A Windows 11 PC. Okay. And you're not seeing those little that 9-dot menu on the side?
Exactly. So sometimes if I want Google Docs, I have to do a search and bring it up via the internet and then sign in separately.
What browser are you using? What browser are you using?
Chrome.
Always Chrome, so you're not going to a different browser?
Not intentionally. Sometimes with this computer, I don't know what's going on because I find myself in Bing automatically.
Yeah, you won't see. I don't think.
But I've got Chrome. I've got Chrome as my default browser.
Right. But I think what's happening is you're probably, and Edge does this. Edge will switch you over to Edge on Windows 11 before you know it. And if you open, like if I open a PDF or something, suddenly I find them in Windows, or I'm in Edge, and you won't see the 9-dot menu. You won't see that menu. So that's what's probably happening. Bill, do you have any comments?
The easy way around it, Jim, probably is just hit the plus sign, open up a fresh tab, and it will be there.
I'll give that a try.
Yeah,
It's
and make
really
sure
irritating.
yeah, that 9-dot menu is from Google. So if you're in, it's in Chrome. If you're on, I think if you're on Edge, you're not. Bill, do you have a comment on that? Are you? Unmute yourself.
You have to be on the Google search page to see the 9-dot menu.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not there, you won't see it. Even though you're on the you're in Chrome and you're on their home page, the 9-dot menu doesn't show. You have to be on the Google search page, and then you'll see the 9-dot menu.
You can add a
Yeah.
Google tool shortcut to your toolbar on the browser as well, and that'll bring up all the utilities of Google.
Yeah, so you have to be on the search page though to see the 9-dot menu.
Drew, do you have more info? Do you have more comments?
Yeah, this is just additional information. When you're at the website, gmail.com, you can switch to another tab. And what I do is I reserve the bookmark toolbar for the most important websites that I use most frequently. And you can have your calendar and your email and your documents on the top of your browser, bookmarks, so that you just have to one-click them and it'll switch. And that way, if for any reason you don't see those 9 dots, you can just click on your bookmark bar.
The other thing too is if you're in Edge, if you log into your Gmail, like gmail.com, it will be there.
Yeah, I always see them.
Like just use Edge, but log into your Gmail and it will be there.
Yeah, give it a try, because like I say, sometimes the Edge is there, even though I've got Google Chrome as my default. It's really
But if you're not
screwy.
logged into your account, you won't see them.
Yeah.
Or Jim, just type in www.google.com and you'll see it too.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Murray.
Yeah, I was just going to say that you can be on any Google application signed in, like Gmail, Docs, Sheets, anything. Any of them will have the 9-dot menu. But have 2 comments about Lens. I still have that problem of in Google Lens, when I try to translate a page, it will translate the page in the image, but the place where you have the copy, there's a little thing down at the bottom that you have to raise up and sort of hold it up and click on copy. Nothing happens. And also,
that's on an iPhone then, eh?
That's on an iPhone, or an iPad.
Right.
Yeah, or on a Chromebook. So
I want to know where Murray's at, that he has a fire full button behind him.
I'm at the long-term senior center where my wife is now. I'm visiting my wife at the long-term center, and I'm facing so that my back is to the window to the parking lot. Anyway, then the other one was with Google Photos. I still don't have a magic editor in any of my options on the on Google Photos on any of my devices, iPad, iPhone, Chromebook, or PC or Mac. So I don't know if Chris is there to give anything or what.
Yeah, I suspect it's a slow rollout. It depends on the country you're in, and I think it's coming. I would suspect that'll be your answer.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, I suspect. And that's one of the things, I don't know if you noticed in the video that I made on the bottom on Google Lens, the little pre-homework and the different pre-made modes were different than what I was reading out. And again, it depends on what country you're in.
Well, I've got that. I do have that translate, and
you have the translate, yeah.
And if there's a thing down at the bottom with a little sort of vertical carrot, and I push on that, but I got to hold it, with one finger stay on my touchpad to hold it up, and then I can click on or tap on the copy, but it doesn't do anything. Okay. And I guess. Do you have that magic eraser yet, Ron?
Well,
You're in Canada.
that's a very good question, and because if I have the Pixel 8 Pro, it's not called it's the features are just in automatically in Google Photos, I think, because a lot of the features of Magic Eraser I have, but it's not called Magic Eraser. It's just part of Google Photos. You see, it's different depending on the phone you have.
It is on my iPhone. I've got iPhone with Magic Eraser.
Yeah, but
Google
that's right.
Photos.
But you're also in the United States, and you have
No, I'm not.
Oh, okay. We're
I'm
You're
close
in
to
Canada.
Buffalo, but I'm in the Canadian side.
Yeah, same with me. I'm in
Toronto.
Peterborough. It works for me.
Yeah.
And that's on an iPhone.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Okay, well,
I got an
I'll
iPhone
keep
11 and
waiting.
it works.
Well, I've got an iPhone. My iPhone's older than that. It's a 2020 something like that SE.
May not be available on that.
yeah.
Yeah.
May
That's
be too
possible.
old, Murray.
Or the
Just like
iPad,
some of
or
us
the.
are.
What about the Chromebook though? It should be available on a Chromebook.
How old is the Chromebook?
Oh well, it's a few years old,
2 years
but
old.
it's updated to the latest Chrome OS. Anyway, okay, I'll keep being frustrated by it.
Keep looking. Bob, did you have a question? Did you have a comment?
Yeah, one thing to remember, Circle to Search also uses that same feature that you were
Right.
talking about.
Right.
Okay, and
Right.
Circle to Search is another way of using that. And it's sometimes easier than having to take a picture. Just circle the object and it uses Google Lens to give you the answer.
Right. Carl, go ahead.
Ray was trying to get your attention.
Well, yeah, for some reason, the automatic reaction when you raise hand isn't working on my computer today.
Oh,
Just wanted
okay.
to say, everybody's been talking about the 9 dots. The correct term is the hamburger,
Yes.
the hamburger icon.
All right.
I
I
thought
have
Isn't
that
to-
the
was
I have-
isn't the
the
hamburger
hamburger's
three
the 3
horizontal
lines.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's the 3 horizontal
I
lines.
think it's 9 dots.
No.
No,
no,
that's
no.
the 3 dot on the right-hand side.
All
Yeah.
right.
That is the hamburger.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, 9 dots is the waffle. 9
Yeah.
dots is the waffle.
It's a waffle.
Okay.
All right.
Everybody knows.
Carl, go ahead.
And isn't the gear simple for settings?
Yes.
Yes.
A couple of things. One is, I told you last time, my friend was having problems with ad pop-ups on her Galaxy S24, and we contacted T-Mobile. And one of the things they suggested, and I'm curious why it would work, is to change the DNS from, automatically find it to dns.adguard.com. That's ADGUARD.com. Now, I always thought DNS was
An
just
app.
for looking up. Pardon?
That's an app that was installed. AdGuard Plus is an app.
Well, I'm glad you popped in there because well, here's Bob. What I don't understand and how you can put an executable a file in DNS. I thought DNS
No,
was a lookup between.
AdGuard is an add-on to your browser. It's an app in your browser that guards against the pop-ups.
Yeah, but my point is though, she had her changed from automatic to private DNS, and in private DNS, this is what they told her to put in there, and she still has it in there, and her pop-ups have decreased, but we're not sure if that's related.
That's
my
what
confusion
AdGuard
is
does.
my
If you-
techie site says DNS is not for apps.
If you're going through, it sounds like you're using the public AdGuard DNS servers instead of the random DNS server that you get when you set up your phone. And they're doing what they call a DNS level ad filtering technique. And you can install it on your own server if you want to and have your own system. But that they're a company that their business is to control trackers and ads and things. And they may have told you to use that DNS server in lieu of the one that you were using as a way of trapping some of the ads, but it's not a cure to the problem.
Well, that's a good point. That it was for tracking, and that's what they were doing with it. So I guess we can go back to automatic now.
Do you end up trying to use Malwarebytes or to see if there was a malware on the phone itself?
Well, I'm reluctant because I've read there's a lot of risk with using Malwarebytes too. So I installed Bitdefender, and it really scours everything, or scours, I guess the right word, everything. But the problem I'm having is every time I change and open up another app, it wants me to log in, and it's very annoying.
All right. Listen, I'm going to let Bill give us the last comment because we've got to get moving here. We've got to get finish the show off so we can get on with our next segment. Bill, go ahead.
Just going to say on back on that magic eraser, it's under tools. Is everybody looking at under? That's where I find magic eraser on my phone.
Under tools.
Under tools.
Okay.
Yeah, I looked there. That's where I looked, and it's not on mine.
All right. Okay.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Bill. All right. Thanks everyone for coming. We want to remind you about our Thursday show. We'll see you on Thursday. Otherwise, we do appreciate you being here for the time with us this morning. Thank you everyone that presented today. Thank you, Hewie. Thank you, Ray. Thank you, Bob. And thank you, Chris and Jim, who are in Cuba, and they'll probably be watching this on replay. So thank you so much for everyone today. And we'll see you this same place next week. We'll be doing it all again. Bye now.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.